Hello, friends. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am so excited for tonight. But what I want to do is I want to head over to Instagram because apparently I have to do something different there. I have to go live. This is the first time I'm doing that there. Okay, so I believe 100%, not 100%, 99% that everything is set up and we are ready to go for the official first episode of the Friend Leigh Show. Welcome. I am your host and friend, Leigh. Um, I think I will probably giggle every time I say that. I love how fun it is. Okay, so hey, let me put that up here. So, this is how this show is going to work. We are going to have Wednesday nights. We are going to have it's completely audience participation, where we just get to be friends together talking. So, I host this from StreamYard. And what you need to do is you need to go up to the comment section and you'll see there's a link that you can click that just says, I'm going to allow StreamYard to use my name. That way, it will not just be Facebook user, it will say who you are. So, hello. And oh, look at this. This is so hello. Okay, so this is so exciting. Okay, Leanne, chill out and let's get to this. So, I want to share this being the first episode. I was actually going to do a audio podcast first. That way there was a full podcast in the podcast, I don't know, universe. But then I thought, no, everybody is so excited for this that I want this show to be the very first one. So if you are listening to this on the audio version, I apologize. It's probably not going to be as fun for you. So you might want to go over to one of the platforms. I'm going to be pretty much everywhere streaming. So you can go and check it out. So then you can see the interaction. It's going to make it a lot less confusing. So Wednesday nights, you're going to want to watch it either live or in the replay, but video. Okay. So here we go. So Natalie, hey, I'm glad you're here. So Natalie gave permission. And so now we can see her name and her beautiful face. So here we go. So Wednesday nights, that's what that's going to be. And then I'm also going to do a podcast episode throughout the week. That is going to be, I'm not going to say when it is or how long it is. It's just going to be an episode. And that will also air on all of your platforms for podcasts. So wherever you listen to your podcasts, you can get them there. Hello, friend. Hi, Kelly. Woo. Okay. So, wherever you get it. And I would like to know, do you listen to podcasts? Are you a big podcaster? If you are, like, I want you guys to be in the comments and just sharing with me and letting me know. If I ask questions, I actually would love an answer. Um, so do you listen to podcasts? If you do, what are some of your favorites and what do you love seeing? So, this is a good workaround. Okay. So, this is Facebook user because Pam did not give permission, but she's just putting her name at the end. So I know who it is. So hi, Pam. I'm so proud of you too. Thank you for always supporting me. And hello, Facebook user. There we go. Okay. So Natalie says, big podcast gal, usually daily. Awesome. Okay. And then Lana, hello. Lana, sorry. I'm nervous. So that, well, I'm not even nervous. I'm just so excited. So I will maybe say things funny. This is so exciting. And how do you give permission? Okay. So in the, where you see the description of the podcast, you're going to be able to see it there. It'll just say, I think StreamYard / permission. I think that's all it is. Lana is forgiving me. Thank you so much. That's what friends are for. And Kelly says, I only listen to a paranormal podcast that tells ghost stories, but now I listen to this. Awesome. Okay. You know that I will not listen to that paranormal one, but I'm sure there's other people here that would love it. I don't see where to give permission. No worries, Pam. Okay, that's okay. So what can also potentially happen is this will be in the replay. So in Facebook, this will be in the replay. And so you can just go back and then give permission. I do not believe you have to give permission every time. I think what happens is you give permission once and Facebook says, oh, okay, you're cool with this? Great. And then you're able to just do it. So Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So you can just do it so the next week, your name is there. But if not, just sign it, and that is perfect. So, okay, so that is what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 episodes every week, and one is going to be kind of, if you end up catching it live, then I'll also share like your comments, but the Wednesdays are going to be all about you guys. And thank you, Nat. Okay, so if you guys go in the comments here, it's there. So if you're on Facebook now, we are streaming in LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter or X, whatever it's called, and Instagram. I don't believe you guys need to do permissions. You might. But if you're on Facebook watching this, you can go ahead and click that link, and then we're good to go. So, okay, so I've got a bunch of hays from Facebook users, and then there we go. Stacy's here too. Hi. It was great seeing you this morning. Okay, so that is that. Also, I have undiagnosed ADHD. My husband is pretty adamant that I do have it. Actually, a lot of people think that I have it, and I am starting to learn that I probably do. Um, so I am just not going to get diagnosed because for right now, I think it's manageable. I don't feel like I want to take medication for it. So I don't feel like I need to label myself and like diagnose myself and be like, okay, that's what I have, which is totally fine if you do, but I just don't. And so because of that, I just want to make sure that people know that I'm not a full-on diagnosed ADHD. However, I have found a lot of things really helpful, and I want to be sharing those in this podcast as well. So this is my intention. So for this episode, I want to kind of talk to you. I made myself like a few notes. I actually made pages of notes and then realized I'm not going to read them on here. So I just made like a couple just so then I can kind of stay on track for you guys. So I want to talk about what my vision is for the show. That way you guys know what you're tuning in for. I want to let you know what to expect. I kind of highlighted that at the beginning because I got super excited. And then I want to share with you guys a little bit about how I got here. I think that's kind of cool, just so you know like where I've been. And then what's next, like what you can do next and what we're going to do next. And then, okay, so then I also, look at that. I already have like there's an advertisement in here. Okay, that's fine. So that's from Twitch. But there's other people that say that I have Twitch. That's cool. From this teacher. Yes, you do. Oh my goodness. Who is this? Please tell me. And then we've got another Facebook user. Okay, you guys, please, when you put it, can you please put your name so that I know who's here? This is so weird. It feels like we're having like a nice meeting in my living room and a bunch of you guys just came in with a mask. And I'm like, who's behind the mask? Oh, the teacher was Mel. Okay, that's fair. So yeah, so she sees it as well. So, let's start with the vision. Okay, so what do I want from the Friend Leigh Show? While I'm explaining it, I would love it if in the comments, because a lot of you guys are super excited about this podcast. I would love to know what you're expecting from it. When you saw that I'm going to do my own podcast, what went through your mind? What got you excited about this podcast? So I would love, love, love for you to share it. I'm not going to bring everybody's comments up only because I do want to get through it. That we're having some content in here, but the majority of them I am going to put up. So I would love to know, what were you expecting from this? Not just this episode, but the whole show. And I will tell you what my vision is. So what my vision is I did a podcast with my husband. If you guys, a lot of you guys actually were part of it. So it was called the First Day Pod. We're still going to be doing it. We did go on a hiatus, but we've decided that we are going to, instead of doing it weekly, we're going to do it monthly, and we are going to do it on the first day of every month. So I'm super excited about that. So then I can do it with Mike. But with this show, what I want it to be is kind of just if you're a friend of mine and you've hung out with me, you know that first of all, we're probably going on a walk because I want to like kind of kill two birds with one stone. I also feel like it's like more energizing to talk while you're walking. Um, and so I want this to kind of be like, I'm your friend, and the people in the comments and the people, we're going to have a Patreon, we're going to have a Facebook group. We actually already do. And there's already over 100 people in there. What? Um, I want this to be your friend circle because what I hear from a lot of my friends and a lot of people that were on the show and that were tuning into the last show is that it is hard to make friends as adults. And I I don't agree with that because I am one of those people. If you've been on a walk with me, you know that we'll be walking, and anybody that walks by me, I'm like, good morning. I'm still listening and I'm still taking in our conversation, but I want to make sure that that person walking by us feels like they have somebody in the world, right? Like they may just be alone and they just want, who knows? Anyway, so I am always kind of making friends where I go, but I don't make a lot of great, genuine connection with people. And what I found is through the podcast, and then for the last, I would say for the last 10 years, I have been hosting um, book clubs, masterminds, all kinds of these like kind of group things that we are growing together. And you get so much more when you're diving into what's bothering you or where you want to go, where you want to grow, all that kind of stuff. And you're able to bounce it off of different people with different experiences, different personalities. Like it's really, really cool. And we don't have opportunity to be able to do that a lot. So that's what I want for this. I want this in this show. And I also want it to be in our Facebook group. I want it to be in our podcast, like our membership. It's called the Friend Leigh Circle. So those are the things that I really want this to be. I want this to be your friend circle that you can come to and count on. And now it's not going to be a place to come and just kind of bitch about stuff because quite frankly, you can do that everywhere. Like I feel like almost every social platform is designed. So if you say, oh my gosh, it is freezing outside, I can almost guarantee that within 5 minutes you'll have 10 people that are like, "Yeah, it's even worse here." People love commiserating, and I don't want that to be here in the show, and it's not because this is gonna be a toxic positivity. I want if you have a genuine complaint or a genuine thing that you're dealing with, I want you to bring it to the show. I want you to bring it to the friend circle, but we're going to be doing it oh gosh, what was it called? Ted Lasso used to do it in when the guys would get together, it was like the wolf pack, and they would bring like an issue that they had, and the boys just got together and all talked about like, what do you see? And where can we go with this? And so that's what I want. Because if you're on a walk with me as my friend in real life, that's what we do. You're not going to find us, kind of gossiping about people around us. You're not going to find us complaining about stuff. You're going to find us talking about what's going on, how we can improve, how we can grow, or saying, hey, this is what I'm seeing. What do you see? Like, I want to story check this. Like, let's talk about it. And that's what I want for the show. So let's go through and I'm going to bring some of the comments up and see. So Natalie says, okay, so this is what she was hoping to see. Candid conversations on lots of different topics about life and happiness. Okay, I got you. That is absolutely what this is going to be all about. And I'm also going to talk about kind of how I got here. So I am going to touch on the happiness. So thank you so much, Nat. Pam says, "Oh, I think I got it. You rock." Oh, you rocked, friend. Pam, you did. I see your beautiful face. I see your name. Thank you. Thank you. You got it. Melanie says, "I was excited because of your energy. And when you mentioned ADHD, well, that sparked my attention." Well, you don't have ADHD, do you? I feel like I want to come up with another name for it because there is like a stigma around it and it's so silly, but like I feel like I just want to like call it a name. I don't know. And anyway, so yes, I'm really excited about like talking about things that are just super helpful. And I'll tell you, one of the things that are super helpful for me, it's a little bit expensive, but I'm obviously not getting paid for this, but the Remarkable if you guys have the means to be able to get this, it is incredible. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because of oh yeah, you can because of the green screen. It is a notepad. There are no notifications. There is no social apps. There's nothing on here except for pen and paper, but it's digital, so you can put it up to the cloud, and you can erase and you can move things around. It is stellar and has been a game changer for me. So those are the types of things that I want to be sharing. Also struggles that I'm having with it, and how we can kind of move on. So Ed says, I'm expecting something friendly, comfortable, and amazing. Wrong show, Ed. I don't know how to deliver that. I think that also I'm going to be able to do. Kelly says, I think you're such a positive person and I want more of that type of energy in my life. Kel, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you. So, yes, I can also do that. Nat says, ooh, I have heard good things about Remarkable. Yes, it is absolute game changer. When I see you in person, so I know this is not fair because not a lot of you guys are local, but if you're local and you want to see how it works and you want to actually touch and feel it, let me know and I will meet up with you. It's pretty cool. Facebook says, yes, I do have butterfly moments. Yeah, I like that. I do call it squirrel moments, but I do want to call it butterfly moments. I think that's so beautiful. And Sarah's here. Hello. I love your positivity. Your energy is beautiful, and I'm so excited to be here. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what's really, really cool is so I just appreciate so much when people say that about me. Um, so I'm not always positive, but I think you guys know that because I'm very honest about like what I go through and what I'm doing. But I have an optimistic outlook, and I think that really serves us well. And I think ADHD people have an optimistic outlook. Also, disclaimer, I'm not going to be always talking about ADHD. I just seem to have gone on that right now and now we're talking about it. But I do want to say that I heard something or read something or one of my friends told me that typically ADHD people do have more of an optimistic outlook and they are more solutions oriented. And the reason for that is because a lot of the time they didn't know that they had it when they were growing up. And so they just had to find ways to be able to do the things that everybody else was doing despite what they were going through. So it's really kind of cool. That's like one of our superpowers, which I think is really awesome. So, okay, so that is kind of what the vision is. So I really want it to be all about you guys. In fact, I think I already tell you that I was going to do an audio version of this originally, and then I decided that this would be the first one because I want you guys to also help shape this. So I want you to help shape not only the membership and the podcast, but like conversations and topics and all of it. So, and it's not because I'm not confident. I have a whole, like, I could write a book on all the things I want to do in this because this has been on my heart for probably 20 years, not to do a podcast, but to do something in like group form that people can just feel like they're a part of a friend circle. So I'll get to the Patreon. The Patreon is actually already set up. It's already done. I made it go live. And then last night I don't know what it's called, but I unsubscribed it. I don't know. So it's not live. The reason why I did that is because there's different tiers. And what I want to do is I want you guys to help me name those tiers. So I just thought it would be like a cool way of you guys being a part of even that right from the get go. So you guys, this is kind of cool that you guys are here for the first episode because I intend that this is going to be like a forever podcast and it's just going to be growing and it's going to be just such a warm, fuzzy, cool, real space. And then in 5 years, we're going to be like, do you guys remember? Oh my gosh. Like, who knows? It might not be all pink. And we'll be like, oh my gosh, do you remember 5 years ago for that first show? You talked so much about ADHD. And do you remember that like crazy pink background? Like, that's what I'm excited about. And you guys are a part of it. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here and for supporting me always in all of my things. So The what you can expect, I already explained that it's going to be 2 episodes a week minimum. So what I'm also going to do is part of the Patreon is going to be there's going to be certain levels, and 1 or 2 of the levels will also there'll be a bonus episode or more, probably more because you guys know I really just like to share. So there's going to be that. I'm also going to be doing like a weekly newsletter, which if my mom is listening to me right now, she's going to be like, "Oh my gosh, how much more are you going to put on your plate?" But I love it. I love sharing when things are working for me. I want to share it with all my friends. My friends know they'll get messages from me like totally random like, "Oh my gosh, you got to listen to this podcast," or, "Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. This was like the best pair of socks." Literally. So I just want to share those types of things with you guys and instead of always doing posts, I think a newsletter would be really cool to kind of put it all together. Um oh, way to go, Stacy. There we go. Good job. Look at that face. Hello, sir. Okay. And then Kelly says, I love the hot pink. Yeah, I know. It might not be going anywhere. My bedroom, TMI, whatever, is actually very similar to this color, to the banner color. So yeah, I absolutely love it. Yes, you did. Stacy, you absolutely did. I see your name and I see your profile photo. So your big smile. Okay. Which I didn't see a lot on the meeting today, sir. You were so busy. You were like super focused. So, okay. So that is that. The show. Wednesday nights, those are probably going to go, my guess, 45 minutes to an hour. So time is really the only asset that we never get back, right? The last 20 minutes that we've been talking, you will never get those 20 minutes back. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed it because that was your life. That was my life. And we enjoyed that life together, hopefully. So I do want to keep them relatively short, but I also want it to be like if you're not talking to me and we're not doing this, you're probably just going to be playing a game or watching some like show. So like if you want to be here, then be here. Then that's awesome. I'm also going to give you a little tip. We are sharing this on YouTube. So, although I do talk kind of fast, people do say that I talk fast, so I apologize. But no, I don't apologize because that will not change. I'm not sorry. That's who I am. So anyway, but if you want me to talk faster because you don't want to listen to it and you want it to be done in, it's an hour show and you want it to be done in 45 minutes, let's say. You can go to YouTube, watch that version in the replay. You can go to the gear icon, you can go to speed, and you can make it go faster. And you can also make it go a little bit slower. So if I am talking too fast and you're like, "Oh my gosh, woman, like I can't hear you," then don't watch me live and go there and then you can slow it down a little bit. So then I'll speak like a normal person. Also, when this is in the audio version, if you don't care to like be watching, which is totally fine, I'm absolutely I'd rather you just do that. But no, I wouldn't. I like that we're here. But if you are watching it in any of your podcast places, you can also speed up, slow down. So that's really, really good. I use that all the time. Nat says, I'm here for the pink. Hey, hey. I really do love it. I used to actually hate pink, to believe it or not. I really didn't like the color pink. And now it's like, I feel like it's just everywhere. Ed says, I have ADHD, but I'm not always optimistic. I'm always looking for a solution. Yes. Okay. That's a good distinction there. Not sure if if it is a gift, but I use this skill in my job. Yeah. No, it absolutely 100% is a gift. Ed, and I know you and I love you. So yeah, I do think being solutions oriented is such a gift in our personal life and in our professional life. It just changes everything. And it really it speeds up like garbage. So if there's garbage happening in your life and if you're sitting in it and dwelling in it and like, "Oh, this is the worst thing that could ever happen and what am I going to do?" But you don't try to answer that question, then you're going to be in that for so long. And like I said, time is the only asset that we have that we can't get back. So if we can actually say, "Oh my gosh, this is horrible. What am I going to do?" And then start brainstorming and doing the things that can get you out of it and finding the solution, you get out of that moment way quicker and you can move over to the life that you like really want to live. So that's another part of this, is that I really want us to be designing the life that we want together. The mastermind portion of it, of the membership, that I'm really excited about. I absolutely love doing that and getting together and talking about like, what do you want to design in your life? And are you doing it? Because I don't know about you, but like time flies. It is already the middle of past the middle of January, and I still feel like it's December. Like time just flies. And so if we're not really intentional with our life, then it's just going to go by and we're just going to have year after year kind of doing the same thing, kind of maybe hitting some things, but in general, it's not really going to give us what we want it to. And it's only because we're not taking action in it, right? We're not finding the solutions and living into those solutions. So this is going to be the other thing that you're going to get used to me, is that I really am always like, okay, here's what I think. And I want to know what you think. So I do want you guys to be sharing, and you guys know, for me, I'm always looking for constructive criticism, always. So I want to know, like, when I did the post, I, for some reason, I put the wrong date. I put that it was Wednesday, January 16th. And immediately I had like 4 or 5 people within like less than 5 minutes it was up there. And you guys were like, "Hey, I know that you probably already got a message, but here it is." I switched it right away. But what was nice is that if you're like a mean, angry person and people are scared of you, they're not going to tell you about those little mistakes, right? Because they're going to be like, "Oh my God, she's just going to like blow up and not be able to handle it." And oh my gosh. So then that mistake just stays out there. But instead, if you're just open and you're solutions oriented and everybody around you knows that you're like that, then they're like, "Hey, no problem. But here's the thing, you might want to go change it." And then you could just go change it. And then who cares? Nobody saw it. It was like 5 people saw it, maybe 10. It's fine. I'm human. So being solutions oriented and long winded is a gift. Okay. So that was the vision. That's what you can expect. These episodes will be 45 minutes to 60 minutes, scheduled for 60. And then if we finish in 45, you got an extra 15 minutes to live your life any way you want to, or watch it in the replay, and you already gain back a bunch of time if you do it faster. That is about it. Oh, one more thing. So, like I said, I am going to be streaming on Wednesday nights everywhere, Twitch, all of those places. I will not be there like doing content. I will not be there being active. I'm just there so then if that's where you prefer to consume stuff, you'll be able to consume it. And what's cool is StreamYard, when I'm doing the live, all of those comments come in. So I was able to have somebody from Twitch comment. Ed's watching in YouTube, he's commenting. It's all part of this stream, so I can see it and I can connect with you guys. So wherever you want to watch it, you can watch it. Just know that if you really want like connection with me, and where I'm going to be doing a lot of the posts of like polls of like, "Hey, what do you guys want? This or this?" I guess it's this or that. um Here's the topic. What do you guys think? Like all of those types of things are going to be in Facebook. It's going to be in the Friend Leigh Show group, and in Patreon. Patreon is really going to be the big hub for me because I don't do a lot on Patreon. Patreon's actually only going to be for the Friend Leigh Show. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. I don't want to do the whole bunch of stuff there. I just want that to be the Friend Leigh Show. So I actually have kind of a capsule of all my friends that can be in there. That's my intention. And you can do the same thing. So if you're not on Patreon, I suggest it's free. You can just get the app, put it on your phone. And I mean, you can go and look at all the rest of the shows that are there. That's totally okay. And the only reason why I'm not promoting it, normally I would be like, "Oh, go and see all this cool stuff." Why not have one spot that's just like just dedicated to one thing, that we're not watching like a million different things, that like Patreon just becomes the Friend Leigh Show app. I would love it if I could just have a Friend Leigh Show app. Like that would be ultimate, and that will probably come. But like I'm just happy that I'm here. So but that will probably end up coming, because I would like for, just like my Remarkable, just somewhere that I'm not constantly distracted. So it would be really cool if we're we're in the living room together having conversations all the time, right? So that's the intention behind that. That's what you can expect. How I got here. So I'll tell you it was fun for me. I kind of went through just like, so not my life story, but like kind of what I've been doing online for the last 4 years about. Um when I really started doing kind of daily things around this whole idea. So for those of you that know, I did a TEDx talk. I did it on the four-letter word that could change the world, and it's how do I hugs? There we go. And it's on hugs. And that came out of the blue. Literally, I did the interview. I found out about it at 10 o'clock at night. I actually did the video interview at midnight, just under the wire. And then I did it. It was all so like just meant to be. And then from there, I was like, okay, you know what? This felt really good. It was really well received. It's not woo-hooey or like too cheesy. People want hugs. People want to have connection. People want to feel heard. Um, and so and I wrote this all down. Okay. So January 7th, 2020, I started Instagram Be the Hugger. So I was like, Be the Hugger. And I was doing that for about a year and a half. And what I did is every single day, I missed days, obviously. But for the most part, every single day I went on, and especially during COVID, once that ended up happening, it was like, absolutely, I did it every single day. I went on and I gave a hug to people, and I had people from all over. I remember this one lady, she was from Arizona, and I no idea who she was, but she came on every single morning and just wanted her hug. And she was a real estate agent, and she was like, this is my only hug I get all day. Thank you so much for doing this. So it was really, really cool. I did that for about a year and a half. Then in March of 2020, I also started that podcast with Mike. So we did that. That was every week. That was super fun. I met so many people through it. It was so cool. That podcast was the intention behind that was really like a mental health and addiction podcast. For those of you that know my husband, he in will be September, October. Sorry, honey. He will be 6 years without opioid use, which is amazing, incredible. And so that's what the show was all about. And then near the end, I started kind of taking the reins and doing the show, and it was kind of turning into more like growth and not really talking about addiction. Although I have addiction. My addiction is food. I have an issue with food, which I'm trying to get a handle on, which we will probably talk about here. Um, and so anyway, but because the show was called the First Day Pod and everybody knew it to be an addiction show and mental health show, anytime that I wanted to talk about anything else, it was hard because I was like, how do we like keep it on brand? And not only on brand, like if people are watching it, they are expecting something, right? Like, and I don't want like if I drive a Jeep, and if I want to learn more about my Jeep and I go to a Facebook page about Jeeps, I want to see stuff about Jeeps. I don't want to hear anything about, I don't know, like a truck. Okay. So I want like what I'm coming for to be there so then I get my value. And so I was really aware of that. And I felt weird about like being able to just do whatever I wanted. So then I was like, I really love talking about happiness. For those of you, I don't know if I already told you this in the beginning of this podcast episode, but I'm actually a certified coach and my discipline is happiness. So I'm officially a happiness coach. I don't know why I said it like that, but um, I'm a happiness coach and I don't really want to coach. There are a million coaches out there and there are really good ones, even in our city. So, I don't want this to feel like, although a lot of my friends tell me that it feels like I'm like coaching them or I'm their therapist, but I don't want that to be the case. I want it just to be friendship that we can just be real with each other. And like, um, so even though I'm a happiness coach, I want this to be a friendly thing. So what I did is in November, I started Hello Happy. And if you're part of the Friend Leigh Show Facebook group, this is so long-winded. You'll get used to that too. If you're part of the Friend Leigh Show Facebook group, you will notice that if you scroll down, a lot of the posts were about Hello Happy. And so my last name is Hello. There we go. Whatever. My last name is Hello. And so I thought that was cute. Hello Happy. So I was actually going to do this podcast and I was going to call it Hello Happy. And but then I got in my head again. Oh my gosh, but I don't want people just to be here just for the happy. I want them to be here for all of it. I want them to be here for the anxious. I want them to be here for the sad. I want them to be here for the excited. I want them to be here for all of it. So then I was like, I don't want to put myself back in this box. So then I was going to call the show the Leanne Hello Show. But then I was like, I don't want this to be about me. I want this to be about us. So then I decided, okay, you know what? I need to just get the show out. Like, I just need the show out there because people need to feel like they have a place to connect and to be friends and to be real. And I know that a lot of people talk about like authentic, and this is an authentic podcast, and this is an authentic, but like, I don't believe just talking at you is authentic. I think it's useful. I think there's a lot of useful podcasts out there. I watch a lot of them. I love a lot of them. You learn a lot from them. But I still think that there is one little gap missing where you're not being able to say what you want to say. So you're just consuming, consuming, consuming. I know that's where I'm at. Consume, consume, consume. And then what are we applying? And what are we sharing, right? So that's what I want for this show. And so hence the Friend Leigh Show. You're my friend. I'm your friend. My first name will never change. I did not take my husband's name only because hello is pretty darn cool. But if I end up taking his last name, it will still be called the Friend Leigh Show. So I'm super excited for that. Sam, thank you so much for coming up with that, because I was going to say Friends with Leigh Show. I'm not good with marketing. So she's like, why don't you call it the Friend Leigh Show? Get it? So I thought that was super cute. So that's the name of it. And that brings us here today. Also, if you want to go on Instagram and you want to go to the Be the Hugger, I've kept it up there. So it's there. And I got a big chuckle last night when I was going through to check the dates. There are a lot of hairstyles there. And the majority of them, they're not my colored hair either. It's all just growing out through the pandemic when I could not see my hairdresser because I couldn't get over to the States. So I have like pigtails and like pebbles, waterfall on my head. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on there. So if you want to laugh, you guys can go on over there. Kelly says, you picked such a great name for the show. I love a good play on words. Yes, I know. I absolutely, like I just said, that's all Sam, because I was just, yeah. I've always loved my last name. I thought my last name being Hello is the coolest thing. And now the Friend Leigh Show, it's got another like, fun little way to it. So anyway, there is that. And then what is next? So what's next is I want you guys to be, if you're not already part of, if you're watching this like anywhere else, I want you to come over to the Friend Leigh Show Facebook group. It's a private group. I do have to let you in. And the only reason is because there's a lot of like just new profiles that are trying to get into groups. And I've already said, we've only been doing this for like a couple months. And I think there was already like 6 people that I was like, you are clearly not a human. So I don't want them in there with us. So that's the only reason why it's private. Also, because it will be nice that those aren't public comments. So whenever you're sharing in there, stays in there. And people actually, if you post in there, they can't share it out because it's private. So that's kind of cool too. You can share whatever you want and it stays in the group. So that would be what's next. I want you guys to stay there, and I will be doing another podcast between now and next Wednesday. I do not know when. I'm going to Texas tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to be streaming from there. So it'll probably be Monday night. I'm not going to usually give you a heads up, but I think it probably will be. So if you want to tune in, and then we will be back here Wednesday. So every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I really hope that you'll be here. Also, if you have like questions or things that you want to kind of go through, like talk about on this show, but you know that you're not going to be there, but you're going to want to watch it on the replay, you can just email me. So I've got an email, thefriendleishow@gmail.com. And you could just email me and let me know what you kind of want to talk about. Um, I think that's it. I think that's it. What about you guys? Is there anything that I missed that you have any like kind of questions about this? The Patreon that I want to go live before February 1st because February is Friendship Month. Did you know that? I didn't. I just found that out a couple days ago, so that was super exciting. So it's kind of like this is like the what do they call it? This is the soft launch. Let's pretend. I'm going to pretend that I'm a marketing person. So this is a soft launch, and then we're going to have the like real launch. I don't know in February. So we'll have the Patreon, and we'll have the community, and all that kind of stuff. And you guys are going to help me with it. So if you want, so that is it. I think. Let me just see if there was anything else that I wanted to talk about. Melanie, happy birthday also. Yeah, I think that is it. If you guys want to be a part of the newsletter, you can give me your email address and I will put that together. I think the first issue will probably go out at the end of next week. And that is going to be kind of like things that I'm finding helpful, funny things that I have found, insightful things that I found, kind of like a digest of the week kind of thing. And then yeah, that is it. So I am so grateful for so many of you. There are so many eyeballs. Like it tells you that there's like a bunch of people watching and you guys haven't left. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. Big hugs to all of you. I'm so excited for this. Let me know all the things, what you thought about this episode, what you're looking forward to in future episodes. I really do just want this to be kind of we're just friends and we're talking and we're growing and everything is fair game in this show. So it's all about you, it's all about us, and I'm super excited that you guys are here and you're at the very beginning. Yay, yay. Oh, Stacy, thank you so much. I will say, when you said that you were coming to watch, I did get a little bit nervous. When all of you guys were like, I'm going to be there to support you, two things happened. One, oh my gosh, that's so nice. I'm so excited that they're coming to support me. Two, oh my gosh, they're coming to support me. I want to make sure this is great. So it's funny that two things could happen to us all at the same time and be so different. But I am super grateful that all of you guys are here. It felt really good. You guys were so talkative, which is super cool. And I will see you guys next week. I love you and make it a happy and healthy day. Oh, look at that. Mel says, thank you for the birthday shout out. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. I know. Tomorrow. All right. Love you. Oh, wait. Here we go. Hold on. I think this will also happen at the end of this show. So I'll try to wrap up 5 minutes early so then I can like put up the goodbyes. Monique is here. Hello, honey. Looking forward to tuning into your show. Very excited for you. Good job, girl. Thank you so much. I'm excited for all of us. I think this is going to be really cool. Yes, the soft opening. So I am so excited. Please know that you can share everything with me. That is it. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I love you guys, and I will see you definitely on Wednesday. Bye.